Hey YouTube, and I'm back with another video for this for the Wednesday. For the Wednesday afternoon, I'm talking about the cost of living in Montgomery. Okay, cost of living in Montgomery on either this city is I say more expensive or cheap. So yeah, I probably do about the cost of living in Montgomery. Okay, cost of living in Montgomery is very much cheap. I say much affordable to buy a house here, or be much affordable to buy a type of anything they want to get. I think I think Montgomery cost of living down here is very much cheaper, and different other cities can be cheaper or even expensive. Like let's say you want to buy a house over I say over $15,000 for a house means that you spending a house that that is much old or not very much. I say a house is not really much expensive, but it be much more that that supposed to pay to own a house. Like different times. Supposed to buy the house means that then own the house. I said that yeah. I said they own a house because they are. I said they live in a house. They could be much more cheaper, or not so much expensive, but cheaper though. Okay, I think that's the reason why, Montgomery, has the lowest cost of living down here. Yeah, the parts of the city, is very much expensive to live at, but majority of them are very much, I say much lower, or cost of living is very much lower. It depends on how the state, you know, I say might have a place of having, I say that having a house, they could be much more cheaper to buy or very much expensive to but I think it depends on how people might want to see a city that can really have a low cost of living. Yeah, I think like it depends on if you live. I feel like if you live in a different state, like like I said, like southern states, it could be like you got to pay I say $1 million, on a house. It could be much more affordable to buy or to rent, or but yeah, I think it depends on how people who I said basically moved Montgomery. I think a couple years ago, and they moved, or if they basically yeah, I said they moved from Montgomery, or they you know I said somebody who trying to like move here means that the majority of the houses they trying to buy or rent is very much affordable, to buy. Yeah, I think back 5 years ago, mama had bought this house they live in now. And she bought it all the bankruptcy though. And she bought it and she bought this house when she was out of bankruptcy back 5 years ago. The house is very much cheaper though, cause she, I think mama I think mama have to pay all the people though, that was that she was in bankruptcy. Uh, I said that was hold on. I said things like she was in bankruptcy with though, Yeah, she gotta pay all the food, you know. She I gotta pay her the first back, so she get so she can get this I said the house, for a cheaper price, but it depends on yeah, I think it depends on if I could okay, I think it depends on if I could I said have good credit or good financial situation means that you can buy a house, as long as you got yeah, as long as you got good credit in your name means that you buy a house like anytime, anytime and place though. Cause Montgomery got a yeah, I said Montgomery Alabama has the lowest cost of living down here, which can be great, You know, I say compared to many other cities, like Atlanta, Birmingham, or Texas, California. Yeah, I think Florida is the most expensive to live. Florida is the most expensive to live. But Texas is, yeah, it's a cheap. Yeah, I think Texas is. I say it might be cheaper to live. A state to what got cheaper of cost of living. But like, yeah, but my state Alabama, has the lowest, cheapest place to live. Or either cost of living. But yeah, but I think it depends on like if you're trying to like move here or move to parts of the whole state means that the the houses can be much cheaper to buy or to rent, or to have your own financial things happening. It means that once you have bad credit, it means that you cannot buy a house or folks cannot rent a house. I say bad credit, I say if you back yeah. I say if you owe I think child support or you owe $5,000 to the people means that uh but I think you are in a hole that folks cannot buy a house. If they are in bankruptcy or they are on child support means that people cannot buy a house with bad credit. Yeah, I think bad credit comes from people not able to be much more responsible though in their own financial um problems. It could be like financial or it could be something else that cause you to not buy a house or cause you to not own a house. Because you are basically in debt or in bankruptcy or type of things that can really stop your own path. I say for buying a house or I said buying a house or buying or rent a house. But I think about this thing about I said be much careful, but about the bankruptcy part, and be much more cautious of your own financial situation. And people like folks who don't yeah, I said folks who never own or buy a house means that they either on bankruptcy or they are basically on child support for owning back like a couple of or they have their own I said on background of having bad credit. Yeah, yeah, I think bad credit comes from not being responsible, of your own issues. I say with your own money, or people I basically want to buy or own a house. But I think Montgomery is, I said my city has the lowest, cheapest place to buy or rent a house. But yeah, I think it depends on the market down here. Yeah, I think it depends on the market. How the market or the housing market can have I say have the lowest or cheapest or the expensive place to live. Like I said for instance like let's say if you are living in like Georgia or types of cities, they could be more great for you like move to or to basically I say to enjoy your life. I said many times like people who want to I say who want to own a house or to buy a house, own a house means that they have to have good credit or they gotta have I say background history of them, have good credit, but if don't means that there could be lost, lost and sauce. I'm not buying, I'm not owning a house or not, renting a house or apartment for that matter. But yeah, I think Montgomery has the lowest cost to live down here, which is very much I say my opinion is be yeah I think my opinion it be I say much more cheaper to live and not much expensive. Yeah, myself cannot myself cannot I say live in a city to where everything is very much I say like very much high and expensive. You know what I mean? I like things to be very cheaper and but get yeah. I say like I like things to be much more cheaper and not expensive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't like things to be much more higher and expensive. But yeah, I think my whole state of Alabama is the cheapest place to live. Or the cost of living down here is very much affordable though. Cheaper it is place to live. But I just don't. Yeah, yeah. I just want to, I just want to, to do the video about on cost of living down here on either moving into Montgomery, or your moving parts of, I say each of the of the Alabama cities, make sure you know the yeah, I said make sure you have good credit in your name and don't be fraudulent with things that you might not want to get off your record. So okay, God bless, amen, peace, thumbs up, and either comment. So.